This time, after we've done the major experience, major adventure of getting the wave beam, we don't have to go all the way back to Talon Overworld. Oh no, we're going to stay right here in Phendrana Drips, but we are going to go to a new place in Phendrana Drips. The goal is to get into the Phendrana Labs. It's a very menacing place. It's swarming with pirates. And there are doors in the labs that require the wave beam in order to open. And then once we collect what we're going to the labs to collect, which is the thermal visor. Sometimes I call it the heat visor. Once we collect that thermal visor, we will need the wave beam in order to energize a door that has lost power. And there are several doors in the game, several features in the game where power is lost, and it can be re-energized using the wave beam. So obviously any of those places where you have doors that don't work, you can, you'll have to have the wave beam in order to proceed. I think this is the first stalactite that can become helpful when we shoot it with a missile. You want to scan at least one of them, but I think the rest of them are about the same thing. I think one is sufficient if you want to try to get your 100%. That she-goth running around there can almost knock you off the wall, stomping around. In fact, I've been knocked off that wall because of that she-goth. You notice that door we just went through required a wave beam, which means that this whole part of the game would not be doable. We could not even go into it without the wave beam. So here's a puzzle. A lot of frustration goes into solving this puzzle because a lot of falling happens. When you fall, you have to start all over. At least you have to back up a few steps. This step, of course, you only do once. And the next step, you only do once. But then the following step, if you don't do it right the first time, you have to do it again. And so on and so on. And what that third step does is it fills this place up with water. And of course that raises the ice floats, so you can jump on them to get where you want to go. And there's two places we want to go. I'll comment on them as we get there. But in this room, there is an energy tank. And of course we don't want to ever pass by an energy tank that we can collect without collecting it. So here this place fills up with water. And then we're just going to go to the opposite end of the room. And I think we might have fallen the first time, and I think I did an edit there. And jump into that hole there. There's two ways out. I recommend trying to go up the same way you came out. But be careful and try not to fall off the ledge there. We just fell off. But if you did not fall off the ledge, you can attempt to get across to the platform, which is our next goal. Just jump over to that platform. But I think it takes some fancy footwork even then. Most people just come over here and refill up the canyon here. I think this is called Ruined Canyon. So we're just going to over and refill it up and then jump on those middle platforms. It's also considered a good policy to shoot all those blue flick bats that are running around, because they can hit you and knock you off. But we just got hit by one. It didn't knock us off off of our footing, but they can. They can knock you right off your footing And then you have to back up a few steps, fill the place back up, and try again.